there's this like whole complex spider web that like grows out of Sonder. So I really can't explain to you exactly where everything's going, but I can confirm that right now I'm working on the first ever project, which I would have produced and mixed myself. So I'll tell you, it's going to take a while for sure, but that's something that I'm working on right now. And I'll leave Chris say what he has to say. But before doing that, I can confirm that, well, because we didn't really give much explanation on this, but Where You Going, right, is a part 2 to something that came out this summer. So if you've like seen more of my music, or if you go back into it, there's a track called Cause and Effect, which is basically a collaboration between all the artists that were working this summer. So Where You Going is the part 2 to that. I can confirm that there's another follow-up already recorded for Where You Going. So there's part 3. I think it will keep going for a while because the story is a long one and it comes from multiple different people. But I think that's like a little thing in itself. So that's going to be, I think my treat for people when I release a project. There's always going to be something related to that.
I mean, so some things I'm working on. So like Adam said earlier, we've collaborated with the guys in the project. And personally, I've collaborated with them for a couple of years now. So like Sam Christie is a very different artist than the hip-hop stuff that you'll hear on this project. He comes from the singer-songwriter background, very folk, like, I don't know, now kind of evolving into the pop scene, and I'm working with him on his coming up album. And I've done the previous albums that, all his previous work that he's put out, I've pretty much produced with him. Me and Sam also go way back. We used to be in a band together, and we've just been making music pretty much as long as I've been making with Milo. But besides that, I've also got this project that I kind of started at the same time as making Sonder, because Sonder was a bit inspirational for me. I haven't put out any music personally since 2018, so I was like, I want to kind of do a Calvin Harris and just make an album with like a bunch of features, because I'm not much of a singer myself, but I love making music. So I'd love to do like a song with Milo, a song with Sam Christie, a song with, I've got another singer who featured on my first single. Just kind of get a full project of material that I've made, just featuring loads of the people that I love to work with. JC.B, Yannick, like whoever, Kofi, all these people that are revolved around the work we're already putting out anyway. It's just a more consolidated project that I can be really proud of making myself, and just also have fun working with all the people I love to work with, as well as working on a second project with Milo that we might. That's the yeah.
So we basically should be moving in together to build a studio together in London in January. I'm pretty sure, that whatever comes out of that time frame is going to be out in the summer of 2021 for sure. That's the big game plan with the follow up. I don't think it's going to be called Sonder 2 though, so I don't want anyone to just get confused by that.
So Samurai, I didn't produce all of that. I believe we got resource from another producer, but I kind of did a bit of embellishments on it. So like there was the solo in Samurai, right? There's that bit that I feature on. That's kind of my feature in the song. And I extended the instrumental a bit, added a couple extra bits. So I can't take credit for producing that one, but I produced, what was it, Lizards on that, I believe, and can't even remember. And Cause and Effect, of course, yeah.
I don't know if there was the one thinking about it. No, I believe Samurai was produced by this guy called Elkvio. I'm not 100% certain. I worked with a couple of producers over the duration of the creation of that, so I can't put I don't want to get that wrong, but I think it's him. I'd like to think that Cause and Effect is finished, but I think that if we did anything to it, it would be crazy. But I would think more inner circle with a song like that. So I would imagine, well, there's this girl Melusine who we've worked with since the very beginning, and she's French and Caribbean Italian. It's basically a whole mix, but she's all over the place, right? But yeah, like if it was Cause and Effect and I had to do a remix for that track, I would definitely get her. And if I had to be a bit like bombastic in thought, I would say, like, I would imagine like Earl Sweatshirt on Dancing with My Demons, would just be like nuts. That would just sound crazy. So yeah, that's where the sound of that project came from. I don't know. It's from my early days in rap. It's about a Mac, Tyler, Earl, Frank Ocean. You know, that's where it started for me. So I think it shows. I'm sure it does a little.